again and welcome. This is the Healthy Way this morning, and we have with us Dr. Derek Senior. We're going to be talking health and giving you some information. Good morning, Dr. Senior.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Good to have you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It's been
Yes,
a pleasure indeed.
definitely. All right, so what are we focusing on today?
Well, we still focusing on the food that we eat, and this
Mhm.
time it will be milk.
Hmm, the food that we eat and drink.
Yes.
Yes. Is there good milk and bad milk?
Well, I mean, you will judge for yourself
Okay.
as we go along. I mean, we have been living in a world of alternatives. You have alternative
Ooh.
truth. You have alternative this. You have fake
Hmm.
news,
And
alternative
there's
meat.
fake milk?
And now they don't call it fake milk. It's not fake milk. It is what they call plant-based milk. We have been having plant-based milk for quite a while, for more than better part of more than 10, 15, 20 years, right? We have plant-based milk from soy. You have cashew milk, you have coconut milk, you have almond milk, you have oat milk, and you have macadamia milk, and you
Hmm.
even have hemp milk.
Ah.
So the interesting thing with these things are, yeah, they're from plant, but who's coming closest to the real milk
To the real,
as we know
right.
it?
Right.
Yeah. So now, last week we talked about impossible foods and beyond food,
Hmm.
where they use plant-based meat to make burgers.
Hmm.
Now, this is almost in the same line where you have a company called Nut Milk that is making milk, which
Or making
actually
something.
something like milk. They're making plant-based milk. And the interesting thing about nut milk is that they have used artificial intelligence to simulate what milk should taste like.
Ah.
How about that? And you would never believe that in this milk, I have happened to try it, and it tastes pretty much almost like milk.
Hmm.
If you tell somebody, they won't know. So this is the closest thing I've seen come to milk, actually. And they have cabbage in it, they have pineapple in it, they have all these things that they put together with it. And so it tastes pretty much comes close to milk.
Right.
You have coconut oil in it, you have pea protein in it, you have chicory root fiber in it, and these are just a few of the one dozen thing that is in it. So the question now arise is this real milk? Well, whenever you get it and you taste it, you can make it that you can judge that for yourself.
Hmm.
You know that it's not real milk because it's not from a cow or a sheep or a goat. It's from plants. And this is
Ah.
where the technology is taking us, and this is where we're going as a people, as a nation, and as the world turns. So do we.
Ah. That's right.
So this is interesting, and it basically I think for the most part what they're trying to work on now is the pricing because it costs just as much or some in some cases more than regular milk.
Hmm.
In the US it's like a half a gallon. Half a gallon is like 5,000 some cents, 5,000 some change.
Hmm.
Real milk, you can get real milk for the better part for less half of that in some cases
So,
for the same quantity.
so is it that it is better, or maybe not? But it's like if you're buying a car and you buy a little car versus a big car, but both of them
Yeah,
can drive. It's just that if
yeah,
you're
right.
paying, right. So is it that it's better?
Uh, yes and no. It is
Okay.
better for those. It is better for those who are have intolerance to dairy.
Hmm.
And it's better for those who's also having what you call allergy to casein in the milk.
Okay.
So on that note, for like me, like I said, I tried it and it tastes awfully good.
Hmm. Awfully
it's
good.
awfully good. Yeah, it is. It's a good segue for me that I can take that milk
Hmm.
because I can't do regular dairy.
Right.
As you know it because of my group. So my group would do well with this milk.
Right.
Also, uh, all the other groups will do just fine with this milk. This is the only milk that I've seen that just
Right.
about all groups
It
can
cuts
enjoy.
across the. Okay. Give me a second. Let me take care of some business. We'll be right back.
Precious moments we share with you, everything so right. Malta, you're full of life.
The time by Malta is
8:45, and we're inside the Healthy Way with Dr. Derek Senior. We're talking about fake milk or other milk. Go right ahead, Dr. Senior.
Or you can call it milk. Yeah,
What makes milk milk?
the protein
Mm-hmm.
that's in it, the protein. So even when milk is spoiled, you get other byproducts from that milk, which is yogurt.
Oh,
So in this case, that won't happen. They
okay.
have to make their own yogurt. So you have a thing that they call not milk. Now they're making
Not
not yogurt,
yogurt. Look at
and
that.
they have a thing they call not mayonnaise. So and you have not ice cream,
Did
which
they
is ice
did,
cream.
did it all come from not butter? I can't believe
Ah,
it's not.
that is exactly where they go. I can't believe it's not butter, but you're
Oh
gonna buy
my
for butter.
God.
It's like this is the biggest thing. This is an oxymoron
Yes.
where where it is right there in your face, but it is these things they taste so good that if
Right.
you're not careful, you don't even know what you're eating. You
Right.
just say, well,
Right. Right.
it tastes like milk, then it is milk.
Right. 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 And
It
that's
is milk.
concerning because they can do that with other things that probably not so good for you. They could make something taste like something else when it
Of course,
really is.
that's why
Yeah.
remember some weeks back I talked about the artificial intelligence
Mhm.
where AI is going to be manning the world now. So right now AI has been controlled by China is the leading people that running AI. Then
Mhm.
you have the Russians, then you have the British, then you have the United States. All these people are going to catch on. We talk about. I was listening to some program and I did some research. I talk about if they use artificial intelligence to control man, then you're not going to be responsible for some of the stuff that you do because you will no
The
longer have
machine
a
will start control you.
exactly because you will no longer have a soul as you know that man is created and have a soul. They
Mhm.
think you will not have a soul because something else will be controlling you otherwise.
Right. Right.
You won't be acting on your own volition, but by something else. So it is interesting that these guys from Chile, they get together and they put one is a computer programmer, one is some what do you call him, some football player, one is a finance guy, and they come together and they put their heads together and
Mhm.
they figure more or less let's do this. So they form the algorithm or the
Mhm.
artificial intelligence and then put all these things in. When they did it the first time, when they used the pineapple and the cabbage, it to simulate what the texture and feel of milk should be, the thing turns blue.
Oh, so they kept trying
So
until.
yeah, so at that point, now they succeeded. They succeeded. That they are giving you just as much fat as in casein. They are giving you the texture the same way. When you have the shake up milk and you hit the bubble, it bubbles just the same.
Same
It
way.
tastes like milk, smells like milk, and it even cooks like milk. All the
Ah.
other stuff that we talk about, that like the soy milk and the cashew milk and the coconut milk, almond milk, oat milk. Some of these things they separate. When you put them with some certain foods, like you want to make coffee or hot chocolate,
Mhm.
separate and it doesn't look good.
Wow.
However, nut milk is one of the milk that is close. They almost get it. They
Wow.
almost get it, but get it.
Yeah.
So
You know what it says to me though, Doc? Pray over your food.
but of course,
Pray
that
over
goes without
everything.
saying.
Pray over
That
everything
goes
you eat.
that goes without
Oh
that
my
goes without
God.
saying. And some of us our faith is so strong that even if you use cashew milk or coconut milk or soy milk or whatever milk it is, and you want real milk, if
Yes.
your faith is strong enough, will convert that which you see as soy milk or not milk to be real milk.
All things are possible to them that believe.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, as we wrap this morning, what's the biggest message you want to share with our listeners?
The biggest message is, with even with the pandemic, all these things started within the last 2 3 years ago, 2019, 2018. So all these things are coming on board. With the Impossible Food, the Beyond Meat. Now you have not milk,
Right.
and all these things they have been developed at a crisis moment when the world is looking for alternative or looking for something next to,
Right.
and they have been able to succeed in doing what they have set out their minds to do. And so I just want our listeners to take note. Not everything that you see appears the way it really is. So pay attention. And some are good, some are not so good,
Right.
some may be good. So you have enough information. So that's what we are on the air doing. Every time we come on and we share, it's not to tell you not to do what you don't want to do. Is that I want you to consider what you're doing, and with the right information, you can make the best choice possible. So that's what
Great.
we are about. And in doing that, you can stay healthy.
That's right. With the right information, you can get the best choice possible. I like that. You always come up with some things. You must be a very wise man.
Not in.
Yeah.
When you say wise, some people are wise and some are otherwise. So sometimes you have to be careful because all these guys come up with all these things.
Yes, yes,
You can show that they are wise.
yes.
The people that are running the economy and stuff before the crash, they were all wise men. Yet time you crash, and your mom and my grandparents, they can run a house and never have that economic crisis.
Hey, look at that.
Have less to work with.
Yes, yes, yes.
So here we go. And so it is what it is. And we are Doctors to Health. We're at 5 Plaza Road. We're real people with real problems getting real solution. The number is 754-2950, or you can call us at 517-9449 at the village. And we can be of help to you. We're at 5 Plaza Road. At every time and every day, you have a chance of having a free 10-minute consultation. Remember, free 10-minute consultation.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing, Dr. Senior, and I pray you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Yes, always a pleasure. All right. Well, that's a wrap for The Healthy Way today. Thank you for listening. This is Love 101 FM, and this is indeed the family station.
Can I help you? As a matter of fact,